Okay, greetings. I am Tyler Morgan. Just got done taking Social Work 300 at Tuskegee University, Section 1. It was a very interesting course to say the least. I did learn a lot about myself as well as the course in particular. I guess you could say I've garnered a greater respect for social workers because, it was rather difficult. It was difficult. It was a lot more difficult than I anticipated it was going to be. But what I've learned, pretty much I've learned how to conduct surveys, use the data that you conduct surveys with in order to get, in order to put it together, analyze it, things of that nature. We learn how to use SPSS to make gathering and analyzing data much easier. We also use the GSS database, and that's something new that we learned as well. And that made it even easier to use as far as running the frequencies and the crosstabs between all the different sets of data. How can I use what I learned in my major and my career? Political science major, and what I want to do is go to law school. I guess oftentimes you might need to conduct surveys in that field, so I know how to better formulate my hypotheses, my independent, dependent variables, the control variables, so that I can conduct a much more effective and efficient survey. How have I changed over the last few months? I've changed a lot because this class. I guess I can do this question and the next question all in one. I've done a lot. I mean, this class you have work due pretty much almost every day, and it's easy to get behind in the class. If you don't stay on top of it. This class was almost completely online, and it was something that was different for me because I'm used to having a book in my face and a teacher lecturing me, and so that's the type of class that I like. I thought that it would be easier being online because the class hours are flexible. She doesn't take roles, so you don't necessarily have to go to class. But that's kind of, so I guess where you can say you fall off, because a lot of times you miss class, or you might miss an important lecture, or you might miss a deadline, or you might miss something, and because of that your grade is going to start slipping. And so, a lot of times during the semester, our grades started sinking, and we're like, why? Because we're missing all these deadlines, or we're turning in something that she doesn't feel is quality. So, in the class, I learned that, she's anal about, Miss MacArthur's anal about being punctual, as far as with your deadlines. She wants quality work. She just don't want you to turn in any just garbage or trash. She wants your work to be quality. And you just have to stay on top of your game, because you have work due pretty much 3-4 days a week at times. So you just have to learn to be flexible. So in all, I learned this class is actually a lot more tougher than a lecture, an actual class in which you get lectured every day that you go to class, and take simple tests and all that good stuff. This class is actually difficult because it tests you as a person. Because it's so easy to say, okay, well, I don't have to go to class, so maybe I'll just do this later. But you can't do that in this particular class because you will fail. So what advice I can offer other students who plan to take the class: do your work when it says it's due. Because if you don't do your work, you're going to get a 0, and you can't just coast through the class and expect to make an A at the end. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to do your work, and I would suggest you do your work ahead of time, because a lot of things could have been avoided if we had done our work on time, instead of waiting till the last minute. According to Murphy's Law, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. So you're trying to turn it in 15 minutes before it's actually due. Your Wi-Fi goes out. Your computer crashes. All these little things. It's happened to me, over the semester. And so I've learned that, you need to do things ahead of time, because if you do it ahead of time, you'll be better prepared. There are many nights that I had to go at 6 o'clock in the morning to Montgomery to print something out, because nowhere in the Tuskegee area was open early enough. And if it's not in class at 8:10, she's not going to accept it. So, there were quite a few times that I had to, take these trips, wasting gas and all this, when it could have been avoided if I'd done it on time. So my number one piece of advice to students taking this class in the future is to pretty much do your work before it's due, way before it's due. Like, cause she gives you a calendar that details everything that's due throughout the rest of the entire year. So in August or January, whenever you take the class, is going to be there. Like, she's going to give you a calendar that says, okay, this is what we're doing throughout the entire semester. You have the entire semester to pretty much get it together. You have all the stuff that says it's due in January, February, March, April, August, September, November, December. October, November, December, and you can just pretty much do it when you see fit, but you need to have it done way before it's done, because it gets very hectic when you're trying to do it to the last minute. So I did enjoy the class. I did learn a lot. I like the teacher. She's very helpful, contrary to what a lot of people feel. If you have any questions, she will happily answer them. She's rather quick with returning emails, as long as you email her during certain times. You know, like, you can't email her at night and expect her to respond to you in an hour or so. You know, but she's a great teacher. I appreciate, you know, her working with me throughout the semester. And at the end of the day, where's my button? I can say that I survived Social Work 300. Can you? All right. Well, thank you. And hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's very informative. Thank you.